Hey guys, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. Long time no see, you guys. This is crazy. So I am going to try to do the whole YouTube thing again for the third time this year. I have an entire month's worth of videos planned, so hopefully with that schedule it will help me out in getting this up and running like I had it before. But I did want to hop on here and do a little bit of a life update, and I'm going to be doing my August TBR, which will consist of the NEWT's Magical Readathon. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I don't exactly remember the last time that I saw you guys. I want to say it was sometime in April. It may have been May. I don't really remember. Yeah, it's been a long time, so I'm going to try this for the third time this year. You know how they say third time's a charm, so we're just going to go with it. So long story short, the last couple of months have been a crazy ride. So to start in June, the first half of the month was pretty hectic. I found out that my 2-year-old cousin had a brain tumor, and she had to have surgery to remove it. And that was done on Monday, and I believe that was June 24th. So she had surgery on June 24th, and it was an 18-hour long surgery. She came out of it pretty well. She does have a little bit of a speech issue, and she does have a little bit of a walking issue at the moment, but she is going to speech therapy and physical therapy in order to get all of that taken care of. That same week, Wednesday the 27th, or the 26th, I had a soccer game that I had to work. And then once I got home from that, my best friend, who has been my best friend for the better part of 10 years, texted me saying that her water broke and she was going into labor. So that leads me into June 27th, which is Miss Lila Ray's birthday. She entered the world a little bit early. She was about 3 weeks early, and she's just so stinking cute. I will insert a picture here so you can see her. She's just so adorable. I'm already in love with her. She is literally like the light of everybody's life, and she's just so cute. She does scream a lot, which is normal for a newborn, but anyway, she's really sweet, and I cannot wait to get to know this little girl and see her grow up and see what she decides to do with her life. And that was just such a happy time for that week. But also in that same week, we're kind of getting into the sad stuff. So that happened on Thursday, June 27th, and unfortunately my uncle passed away on June 28th, which was Friday. So that whole week of June was just very, very hectic for me, and I was planning on coming back to YouTube for a while, and I was trying to figure out when I was going to do it, and I was going to start doing it in June, but then all of this stuff happened, and so I just kind of pushed it off. And then July, it hasn't been too crazy busy. Work has been settling down a little bit, but at the same time, I'm constantly over at my friend's house and, getting to know the little baby girl, and I'm just so excited because I get to see her a couple of times a month, so I'm really excited. They don't live too far from me, so I can go and spend the day with them and give mama a little bit of a break and just babysit, and I'm just having the best time. So that's really my life update, you guys. It's just been crazy, and I'm trying to get into the schedule of doing these videos. I do have a lot planned for the month of August. Right now, how it's looking is I'm going to be doing 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if I can keep up with that, then great. If I can't, I'll probably bring it down to two videos a week, but nothing less than 1 video a week, you guys. Do have videos planned, you guys, so really excited. I am slowly but surely getting back into the YouTube game. I've already started vlogging for my first vlog that will be up on Monday, August 5th, so that will be up after this video because this will be going up on August 2nd, which is Friday. So anyway, with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and get into the August TBR or the NEWT readathon. So the NEWT readathon this year goes from August 1st to August 31st. So it does start on Thursday, which I'm really excited about. So I do have to get this video filmed, hence why I'm kind of rushing it a little bit. But for the NEWT readathon, if you haven't heard about it, it is a Harry Potter themed readathon. So you pick a magical job, and you kind of have to meet those criteria for that job in order to accomplish it. So I did not participate in the owls, which I didn't think is going to be a big deal to go into the NEWTs without having completing the owls, because I have seen people do it before. I do plan on doing the owls next year, but this year obviously I had so many things going on that I couldn't get it up. So this year I have decided that I am going to pursue being an aura. So that's going to be a little fun. You need to get O in Defense Against the Dark Arts, an E in Charms, E in Potions, an A in Herbology, and an A in Transfiguration, which kind of equates to about 9 books. So, which may be a little bit difficult for me because I do have such an ambitious TBR, but we're going to see how well I do, and I am kind of going to not so much cheat it a little bit, but I do have some physical books here that I also have on audiobooks, so I am going to be listening to them during my commute to and from work. We're going to start with my TBR, and the first course that you have to get is an O in Defense Against the Dark Arts. For a book that's black under the dust jacket, I have decided to pick up Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. Now I have started this. I am only about 210 pages in. This book is huge. I think there's a little under 1,000 pages in it. So I am going to be listening to this one on audiobook because it is a bit of a chunker and I don't want to spend the entire month just reading this book. I do want to read more books this month, and I decided to go with this. This one is obviously black under the dust jacket with Sarah J. Maas's signature with the sword, and then of course the binding on the edge of the book. So this one, I'm already liking it so far, but I will definitely be finishing it this month because I do have the audiobook and I'm really excited about it. So this one will definitely be probably one of the better reads that I have planned for this month, but I'm really excited and can't wait to get to it. Next in Defense Against the Dark Arts is E. Gildor's Memory Charm, Grab a Pen, first book that you remembered just now from your TBR. So I have had this one on my TBR for a long time, and I have been wanting to read a book by this author for a while, so that was the very first thing that I could remember off my TBR, and this is Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. Now, Colleen Hoover is one of my favorite authors. I have read roughly, I want to say about 5 or 6 of her books. I really enjoy them. They're just fun, quick reads. They kind of deal with heavier topics, and I know Colleen Hoover is not a lot of people's favorite authors, but she does write books that just grab my attention, so I'm really excited to get to this one. And yeah, I don't really know what this one's about, but I know it's about a musician and like a girl who gets dumped, so I'm really excited about that because I love a book about musicians. And to get an O in Defense Against the Dark Arts is Cornish Pixie, Swatted Away with a Book written by an English author or set in England. And this is kind of both, really. Well, it's mostly taken place in Brazil, but the author is English, and that is Revived by Samantha Toll. Now, if you have been following me for a long time, you know I am obsessed with Samantha Toll. I have a lot of her books, not only in physical copy, but on ebook as well, because I just love to support her. This one is a second book in the series, the first one being Revved. This one is a little under 300 pages, so I'm not too worried about finishing it. Yeah, so this book is actually also taking place in England, so there is both. So it's going to be mainly in Brazil, but it also takes place in England as well. So really excited to get to this one. I figured this was the best option for me. So can't wait, and I'm really excited. All right, so the next one in order for me to complete my TBR is to get an E in charms. An A is read a book that you think has a gorgeous cover. And for me, without a doubt, that has to be Sea Witch by Sarah Henning. This cover is just stunning. I mean, come on, y'all. This is so pretty. I'm so excited. I know this is a little bit of a mermaid, a Little Mermaid retelling. So really excited about that. This one I think is just over 300 pages, and I can't wait to get to this. And for E in charms, it's read a comic or a graphic novel or manga or a book under 150 pages. And I really don't have any tiny books, but I do have a select few of graphic novels. And I'm gonna say an unpopular opinion here, but this was literally the only graphic novel that I had on my shelf that I hadn't read yet, and that is Saga Volume 4 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. I am not a really big fan of this series. I've heard a lot of good things, like a lot of people really love it. I'm just not that into it. I've read the first 3 and I'm like, I mean, I can't get into it. So I'm hoping that I can get into it after reading this, but chances are I'm not going to enjoy it like I didn't enjoy the first 3. But I do have the first 5 volumes, so I want to read them, so I'm not wasting my money. So this is going to be read. This will be fun. All right, so the next one in the list is to get an E in potions. And the first one says Polyjuice Potion, read your friend's favorite book. Now, I do not have this one physically, but my mom actually recommended me this book a while ago. And my mom and I are kind of like best friends and parents, or like she's my parent obviously, but I just went ahead and picked her favorite book, and that is Silent Honor by Danielle Steele. This is a historical fiction type romance, and I don't know how well I'm going to enjoy it because I do not really connect with historical fiction. It's just not my thing. I mean, I've read The Nightingale and I loved that, but there are just certain aspects of like historical fiction that I'm not really into, but I will give it a try. So there's that one. And then E is house ingredient. Pick a book with a cover in your Hogwarts house color. So I'm a Ravenclaw, so basically I just had to pick a book that had blue on the cover, and that is All the Way by Kristen Proby. Now, I love me some Kristen Proby. She had a series, I believe it was the Fusion series, has 5 books in it. I read 2 books in one weekend and 2 books in another, and I had to wait like 2 weeks for the 5th book to come out because I didn't realize that the 5th book hadn't come out yet, so I was really excited. So I love Kristen Proby. She's one of my favorite authors, and I can't wait to get to this one because of the premise of this book. So I'm really excited. I'm not going to go into too many details about any of these books really because I don't want this video to be like 20 hours long, but yeah, so this is the next one on my list, which I'm really excited to get to. All right, and then I have to get an A in herbology, and that is Mandrake. Quick, put your headphones on and listen to an audiobook. If not, if you don't have an audiobook, read a book with a green cover on, and I am going to be reading a few audiobooks, but the one that I picked for this challenge was Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I heard good things about this. I have started this audiobook, but I'm literally 15 pages in, so it's not going to be too hard to start it over because I kind of don't remember what happened in the first, 30 minutes of the audiobook. So this one really excited about. I've heard good things. I've also heard not so good things, so we'll see where I fall on the spectrum of it. So really excited to get to this. For the last requirement for my job is to get an A in Transfiguration, and for that it's read a book with LGBTQ plus representation. And for that one I picked a Kindle book, and it is King Cobra and Mustang Sally by Jane Rylan. This one is actually a 2-part book. So I have to read the first kind of novella and then read the second book. But this one, the first part is based off of 2 bisexual characters, and then the second part is the same 2 bisexual characters, but it also brings in a third, so it's kind of like a menage. I find them interesting. Don't judge, okay? So there are LGBTQ plus representation in the novel. It's probably going to be very smutty, and I really don't care. So those are the 9 books I plan on reading this month. I know it sounds like a lot, but I have seen a lot of people that are trying to do The Alchemist, and that's 17 books. Y'all, that's insane. Like, I can't even think like how somebody could read 17 books. Like, I'm like, that's just so much for me. I mean, I'm already freaking out about doing 9 books. So with that being said, you guys, this has been my life update and my August TBR. I am going to be starting to film a lot more videos, you guys, so I'm really excited. Just bear with me, and if you have any video recommendations, please let me know in the comments. Anyway, I'm going to stop now because I've been rambling for the last like 25 minutes, I'm sure, and this is going to be a pain to edit, but I will keep you guys in the loop with the rest of my stuff, and look out for my reading vlog because that will be posted on Monday, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!